वेलकम टू इग्नू वाला। यह असाइनमेंट इग्नू वाला द्वारा डेवलप किया गया है in association with Neeraj Publications, publishing the largest range of chapter-wise reference books including many solved sample question papers for various IGNOU courses. Now, let's start studying the assignment for the subject code BEGLA-137, Language Through Literature. Answer all questions. Fill in the blanks in the following sentences with the words from the list given below. First, I close to her. The answer is I nestled close to her. The dash in a man may wake up. The beast in a man will make up if too much of money. He was dash and smile. His face was wreathed and smile. My autobiography is really a story of my experiments. M.K. Gandhi, an autobiography. Youth is nimble, age is lame, hot. Death lays bis co on kings, icy hand. Moving on to the next question. What meaning do the italicized words convey? Each word has generally used meaning and in what shade of meaning it is used here. Explain. You are acquitted of laziness. Usually one is acquitted of a crime by a court of law. He was an assassin of all good virtues. एन assassin एक ऐसा पर्सन होता है जो एक रूरल को मर्डर करता है और एक पॉलिटिशियन को पॉलिटिकल रीजंस के लिए या फिर रिवॉर्ड जीतने के लिए. नेक्स्ट इज इट वुड बी अ क्राइम टू सेंड द चाइल्ड आउट इन द कोल्ड. आंसर इज अ क्राइम एक ऐसा आर्ट है ऑफेंस पनिशेबल बाय लॉ. अगर चाइल्ड को बाहर भेजा गया ही विल कैच कोल्ड. द फूड वॉज कंडेम्ड एज अनफिट फॉर ह्यूमन्स. जब कंडेम समथिंग किया जाता है वी ऑफिशियली डिक्लेयर इट अनफिट फॉर यूज. शी वॉज अ विक्टिम ऑफ अ मदर इन लॉज टायरानी. अ विक्टिम एक ऐसा पर्सन होता है जो सफर करता है एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ अदर पीपल्स एक्शन. Moving on to the next question. Make two phrasal verbs from each of these verbs by adding adverb or and a proposition in use them in meaningful sentences. Get. Let's discuss the answer. I got to know about my interview at night. Bring. Please bring down all my belongings as I have to leave immediately. Show. All students showed up their talents to the teachers. Put. She had to put through the ongoing movies. Round up. Teachers round up the marks for the students' final result. Next question. Make sentences bringing out the difference in meaning in these pairs of words. Fair and fair. Fare, F-A-R-E, is mean. A fare is a charges paid through traveller by using a municipal conveyance system, for example rail, motor vehicle, cab, etc. Whereas when we talk about fare, fare represent करता है clear, clean और public exhibition event को. Tire and tire. Regular exercise has boosted my stamina. Tire means थक जाना, जबकि tire का meaning होता है it is indicated or detected by team's mechanic detected a puncture which necessitated a tire change, means wheel covering. Grease, grease. The gas station can only use any clothing or blanket which you don't want as rags for cleaning up the grease and oil. और ग्रीस का मीनिंग होता है a natural barrier against invasions in the past. Gate and gate. Gate is a way of talking. On the other hand, gate is a door or a opening. Hew, hew. He hewed a canoe out of the tree trunk. Hew means to chop or to cut by using a cutting instrument, like an axe. And hue, H-U-E, means a terrific hue and cry was raised against new tax proposals. Moving on to the next question, A part. What is rhythm? Explain. The rhythm of English word क्लोजली लिंक्ड है स्ट्रेस पैटर्न्स के साथ इंग्लिश में. एक बार जब पता हो कि किस वर्ड का सेंटेंस में स्ट्रेस की रिक्वायरमेंट है तो यू नीड टू नो विच syllables to stress within each word. You need to learn how to use these syllables and rhythm alongside annotation in English to convey the exact meaning of your sentence and add subtlety to your emotions to your speech. Rhythm रेफर करता है एक मूवमेंट को जो रेकर होती है रेगुलर इंटरवल्स ऑफ टाइम पर. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, the cat sat on the mat while eating its favorite food. The stressed words are in bold, like eat, mat, food, are only one syllable. Taken together, stress, rhythm, and intonation form the necessary components of good English pronunciation. Moving on to the B part. Describe the metrical pattern in the following lines. I leaned upon a cubic gate when frost was spectry grey, and winter's dregs made dissolute the weakening eye of day. Let's discuss the answer. Line 1 has 8 syllables, 4 beats, iambic meter. Line 2 has 6 syllables, 3 beats, iambic meter. Example 2. ये lines है कीट्स ओडी के on the poets. Example 3. Edgar Allan Poe uses trochaic meter in his 1845 poem The Raven. Notice how he excludes the financial unstressed syllable from the end of the second, fourth and fifth and sixth line. This type of line, one that drops from the final syllable, को कहा जाता है catalytical line. Moving on to the next question. What is alliteration? Explain. Let's discuss the answer. Alliteration derive किया गया from the Latin word latera which means letters of alphabet. ये एक stylistic device है जो use किया जाता है number of words में जिसका first consonant sound होता है which occurs close together in a series. Few examples. Buta better butter makes a batter better. A big bully beats a baby boy. Both sentences alliterative का example है क्योंकि सब में फर्स्ट लेटर ऑफ द वर्ड बी अकर होता है क्लोज टुगेदर और alliteration प्रोड्यूस करता है सेंटेंसेस में. एक इंपॉर्टेंट याद रखने वाला पॉइंट यहाँ पर ये है कि alliteration लेटर्स पर नहीं बल्कि साउंड पे डिपेंड करती है. So the phrase not naughty is alliterative but cigarette chase is not. Moving on to the next part, point out the alliteration of the following passages. Let's discuss the answer. Sound pattern. When, white, wind, water, where and weeds. Feet, flowers, baby and beat. Moving on to the next question. Write short notes on simile. सिमिली एक फिगर ऑफ स्पीच है जिसमें दो एसेंशियली डिसिमिलर ऑब्जेक्ट्स और कॉन्सेप्ट को एक्सप्रेसली कंपेयर किया जाता है एक दूसरे से बाय द हेल्प ऑफ यूज लाइक और एज. सिमिली को यूज किया जाता है एक लिटरेरी डिवाइस के तरीके से टू असर्ट सिमिलैरिटी विद द हेल्प ऑफ लाइक और एज विच आर लैंग्वेज कंस्ट्रक्ट्स जो इस्टेब्लिश करते हैं इक्विवेलेंसी को. कुछ एग्जाम्पल सिमिली के दिए गए हैं. स्लाई एज अ फॉक्स फिट्स लाइक अ ग्लो. क्यूल एज क्यूकम्बर. मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट, मेटाफॉर. मेटाफॉर एक फिगर ऑफ स्पीच है जो एक कंपैरिजन करती है दो अनलाइक चीजों में. एज अ लिटरेरी डिवाइस मेटाफोर क्रिएट करता है इम्प्लिसिट कंपैरिजन को विदाउट द एक्सप्रेस यूज ऑफ लाइक और एज लाइक इन सिमिली. मेटाफोर मीन करता है असर्टिंग दो तरीकों को जो कंपैरिजन में आइडेंटिकल होती है रादर दैन जस्ट बीइंग सिमिलर. कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स मेटाफॉर के इलस्ट्रेटेड हैं लाइक लाफ्टर इज द बेस्ट मेडिसिन. शी इज जस्ट अ लेट ब्लूमर. Is there a black sheep in your family? His heart of stone surprised me, and so more. Moving on to the next part, synecdoche. ये एक फिगर ऑफ स्पीच है जो कि a part of something की टर्म को रेफर करती है whole of something और vice. As you can see, few examples are illustrated on the screen. Boots on the ground रेफर करता है soldiers को. New wheels रेफर करता है new car को. Suits रेफर करता है business people को. Plastic can refer to credit cards and so more. Moving on to the next part, metonymy. Metonymy एक फिगर ऑफ स्पीच है जिसमें एक ऑब्जेक्ट या आइडिया दूसरे आइडिया की जगह ले लेता है टू विच इट हैज अ क्लोज एसोसिएशन. इन फैक्ट मेटोनमी का मतलब होता है चेंज ऑफ नेम. एज अ लिटरेरी डिवाइस ये एक तरीका है एक ऑब्जेक्ट या आइडिया को रिप्लेस करने के लिए टू समथिंग रिलेटेड टू इट इंस्टेड ऑफ स्टेटिंग व्हाट इज एक्चुअली मेंट. मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट, पर्सोनिफिकेशन. पर्सोनिफिकेशन एक फिगर ऑफ स्पीच है जहां पर एक आइडिया और चीज को ह्यूमन एट्रीब्यूट्स या फीलिंग्स दिए जाते हैं या इस तरीके से बोला जाता है एज इफ इट वर ह्यूमन. पर्सोनिफिकेशन एक कॉमन फॉर्म ऑफ मेटाफॉर है in that human characteristics are attributed to non-human things. For example, I wanted to get money but the ATM died. This article says that spinach is good for you. Unfortunately, when she stepped on the Lego, her foot cried. That door jumped in my way, and so more. Moving on to the next question. Give the negative sentences and questions of the following sentences. You called me. You did not call me. Negative meaning we have to convert it into a negative sentence. He can borrow his scooter. I can't borrow his scooter. He will agree, he won't agree. You had a good breakfast, you didn't have a good breakfast. You used to be frightened of him, you didn't used to be frightened of him. Moving on to the next question. Explain repetition as a rhetorical device. Discuss various patterns of repetition. Let's discuss the answer. There are many ordinary things in our everyday communication जहां पर हम certain चीजें बार बार बोलते हैं और उन पर emphasize करते हैं. For instance, the boss says to be on time or you are always late. कुछ examples दिए गए like wood and clay, build it up with wood and clay, my fair lady. इन लाइंस में रिपीटिशन ऑफ वर्ड्स एक रिदमिक पैटर्न से की गई है जो एक कॉमन फीचर है नर्सरी राइम में जो कि रिपीटिशन का एक फंक्शन है. In looking around for an object fit to be held out an oppressed people and to the world as example of national justice, we are forced to fix our eyes on Mr. Hastings. Here are few examples illustrated. My love is like a red rose. If I were an American, as I am an Englishman, while a foreign troop was landed in my country, water, water everywhere. Moving on to the next question. Write polite forms for the following. May I ask you how much these socks cost you, or do you mind if I ask you how much these socks cost you? I have to put some additional chairs in the room. He wants some from B's room. Is it alright if I take 4 chairs from your room? Or would you mind if I took 4 chairs from your room? A is visiting B. B offers him some tea. Have some tea. Would you like some tea? How about some tea? A has headache and B makes an offer to help. I will give you an aspirin. Would you like an aspirin? इस असाइनमेंट एंड ऐसे और इग्नू सॉल्व असाइनमेंट्स को डाउनलोड करने के लिए विजिट करें हमारी वेबसाइट ignowala.com. अब आप नीरज पब्लिकेशंस की इग्नू बेस्ड चैप्टर वाइज रेफरेंस बुक्स विद सॉल्व सैंपल क्वेश्चन पेपर्स पर पा सकते हैं अप टू 50 प्लस 15% एडिशनल डिस्काउंट की ऑफर. इस ऑफर को अवेल करने के लिए विजिट www.neerajbooks.com today. For more updates and information related to IGNOU, please subscribe and also comment below if you have any feedback and which assignment do you want to see next. Thank you for watching.